swag of a prize fighter. The antithesis of a firefighter. Arsonist, I'm a fire rider. Instant flame like a firelighter. So special with shows, I live out my flows. Can't walk in my shoes, can't purchase my clothes. Ice in my veins, but I never froze. Picture perfect, but I never pose. As a juvenile, I knew I bounced back. Got rated, had a plan to get my ounce back. Use cheese as bait, that's a mousetrap. Let me to the right person to pounce at. They selling dreams, I'm pulling receipts. Full force, we can't be beat. Got a dirty mouth, but the flow so neat. Keep your 2 cents, talk is cheap.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden. As you can see, my brother Trill Dollar Bill couldn't make it this week, but he's going to try to make it next week. I'm here with my co-host.
What's good, everybody? This is a victorious G out here, you know.
The victorious G.
Hold on. I'd just like to say salute to my son. You know, I was like, yo, what kind of home improvement can I use with his money? So seeing that this is one of probably like 4 bets to come with Ned, I'm like, you know what? I got to replace the roof on my shed. So this is going towards my replacement of my shed, the roof of the shed, all courtesy of Ned. Because, you know, Ned done got me a snowblower. He done got me a snowblower. So, you know, Ned's just constantly enhancing my home and raising the value. So I appreciate you, Ned. Thank you so much, my son. Blessings.
G. Hold on, wait. Before I throw it to you, Ned, the victorious GEE left out a little something. TBE said G, double up.
Nah, I'm good.
Double up. And G was shook. Go ahead, TBE.
Hey, man, you know who gave us the notorious double up? Rico from Paid in Full. If you ain't see that movie, go watch it. It's a good movie to watch. And everybody knows you get the double up back after a loss. So, G, double up. Double up, G.
When's the next fight? I told you, let's double up.
Joshua Franklin, yo. I'm going to bring it right now. Bring the smoke right now. Joshua Franklin, double up.
Nah, bro. Come on, yo. That nigga,
you ain't lose nothing.
Nah.
You see?
All right, how about this?
First.
How about this? For that one, I'll bet you $25.
I'll take it. I still want my double up.
All right, we'll bring it to that point when we get there. The first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing.
Hold on, wait. Tell me, yo, Ned, you violated the audience, bro. You didn't even do your traditional. It's your boy.
I was about to get to it.
Yo, give the people what they want to see.
It's your boy, the TBE. What up, world?
He's so worried about trying to get some money back.
I don't worry about it.
How to go broke. That's how to go broke.
I don't even stay on him. Yeah, G, you got it.
All right. The first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is David Benavidez beats Caleb Plant by unanimous decision. Now, as all of you are aware, there was some bad blood in the build-up to the fight. And so they end up squashing it at the end of the fight. And this is David Benavidez at the press conference talking about that.
To me about the end of the fight, the bell rings, you raise your hand, you're kind of walking around the ring, and Caleb comes up to you, kind of puts his arm around you, you guys exchange words. Talk to me about that moment there.
I just told him, you know, man to man, sorry for all the trash talk that we went at each other. You know, we were talking a lot of shit to each other. You know, a lot of it, I'm not going to say it wasn't necessary because it was necessary because this fight was huge. You know, it was a huge fight. And sometimes that's what you need to bring the best out of the two men. And we're both warriors. He's a warrior. You know, he definitely showed it, but I showed it that I'm the better warrior. And I wanted this opportunity to be challenged by a top super middleweight. You know, he's definitely top 3. You know, I'm top 2. The number 1 is Canelo. So, I mean, we both had a lot to fight for. You know, the winner supposedly is going to get Canelo. And, you know, so I put everything into this training camp, you know what I mean? And I know he did too. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to hold no grudges against nobody. I'll only do that unless we're building a fight or something. But after that, there's no need. You know, I'm not that type of guy. I've never been that type of guy. So I have nothing respect for Caleb Plant. And, you know, I'm happy he gets to go home to his family safe.
Man. All right. So that's what David Benavidez had to say about the bad blood. Squashed it. It's no big deal. But Twitter is buzzing. But Twitter's not buzzing just about David Benavidez. Twitter is buzzing about, finally getting the prediction right All right, so you can see George.
You zoom in for the menu.
Huh?
Let's zoom in for. I'm just looking at the dessert. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to zoom in. Is it zooming in?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yo,
You see
Ned,
the
look
dessert?
at dessert.
You see the dessert? Ned's Tears is on the menu for dessert. So I'm gonna turn it over to you. This is G 2023. I'm turning it over to the victorious GEE.
Right.
What was your reaction to the fight?
An excellent fight. You know, like it went almost the way I predicted it, but I thought at the end that Benavidez was going to knock out Plant, but he got the unanimous decision nonetheless. So I thought he did excellent. My scorecard was 116 to 110. Now, this is where Caden's going to be like, yo, come on, G. Why would you do that? But walk with me on this. So the first 2 rounds, I gave it to Plant. Then the 3rd round, I gave it to David. Then the next 2 rounds, I gave it to Plant. Then after that, strictly downhill from the 6th to the 12th was all Benavidez. But round 8 and round 10, I gave those 10-8 rounds. And the reason why is because Plant was getting battered so much in those rounds, and he provided no resistance. Like, literally, it was just one-sided. And I was just like, yo, what is going on here? It was a miracle. My man Caleb Plant didn't get dropped, you know? But it's all good. Now, the strategies that both gentlemen implemented, I ain't going to lie with you. Plant's strategy actually made sense. But he came in there, like, for one, the ring was humongous, you know? This dude, I'm telling you, he had his hand out. He wasn't even palming it. He just kept the left out like this. And I was thinking, like, maybe he's trying to do to blind Benavidez to throw a right hand, but he barely threw any rights. But Plant threw a lot of left hooks, so much so that a lot of them were predictable. He did land some of the shots, but Benavidez ate all of them, you know? So I was like, I think he would have did a lot better if he switched it up sometimes, used his left and his right, so that way Benavidez could focus on both hands. But it seemed like Benavidez only had to focus on the left hand from Plant, you know? And on Benavidez's side, what I thought Benavidez did great was every time Plant tried to hold him. So if Plant couldn't run away, he was going to just hold and hope the referee breaks it up. After a while, Benavidez was like, hell no with that. You're going to do that, we're going to play dirty. And he started just throwing punches from the inside, you know? And it's like, it's crazy. And I know we're going to talk about the crab later on, but, you know, it's crazy how the ref is, how Kenny, the crab, could always, like, warn Benavidez, but he wasn't warning Plant for trying to hug the whole time and do all that other funny money stuff, you know? But nonetheless, it's like, you know, I knew in the beginning rounds, Benavidez will have difficulty with Plant. I knew Plant was slippery, and I know when Plant is fresh, it's hard to catch this guy. But can he maintain that fighting style for all 12 rounds? And based upon past fights, Plant never keeps that endurance up the whole time. So I knew sooner or later Benavidez is going to catch up to him. Sooner or later, he's going to get hit. He's going to get tested. And that's when the battle really happens. And lo and behold, Plant, man, held it down, you know, like, so I didn't want to disrespect Plant and be like, yo, put him on the menu because, you know, like, he fought his heart out. So it's like, to me, I ain't going to violate the man, you know, like, however, and the fact that he actually acknowledged that Benavidez was the better man at the end, I thought that was, you know, real gentleman-like, so salute to Plant. So I was going to come in here talking real greasy. I would have jumped out the window, though, if he was going to say anything disrespectful last night, but he watched his mouth. So what can I say? You know what I mean? But my man, salute to Benavidez. We're proud of you. Even though these gentlemen picked Plant, deep down inside, I know they were happy. You know what I mean? So salute from the Boxing Bros. Keep doing what you doing, brother. Keep doing what you doing. You know what's next, baby. Let's get it.
I don't want to go there. I was gonna let G be the victorious GEE.
What? You know what I'm saying?
Well, since
what?
you want to fire a shot at me,
You know
this is G picking Benavidez after he picked Benavidez to lose to Anthony Durrell years ago when we all picked Benavidez to win. So in classic G fashion, if you can't beat him, join him. And so now he's on Benavidez's team for victory. But this is after he picked you to lose too, Benavidez. Go ahead. Hey, I'll leave it alone. You can't. You keep some shots at us.
I want my apology. I want my apology, yo. You know I want my apology. You and Irish Bossa, bro. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. It's cool. This is just the beginning. This is the beginning. What's the next fight? You know what? AJ, right? All right, let's do it. Y'all been warned. Just remember this. When y'all see that segment, just know y'all gonna be like, yo, G for 2023. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's get it.
Listen. G, I don't know what G's off to a good start in 2023, I think. So I don't want to take that away from G. I'll give that to G. But don't act like you've always picked Benavidez. Net the TV.
2023, baby.
Man, I just want to be salute to G in this camp, yo.
All you can do is salute.
Yo, hold on, wait. Time out. Hold on. I was going to throw this out there. Yo, G was wilding in the group chat last night. He was saying some stuff you would have thought was coming from Ned's mouth. That's all I was saying.
hey, watch your mouth, kid. I never say things like that. Yeah, I may slip up, but G, on your craft, yo. You know. But
listen. It's called the art of war. You gotta say whatever, yo, to get there. Yo.
Salute to G. We want you the better man. You know.
I know.
And from what I saw last night, Plant should really work on his endurance. Oh, you shouldn't. He came with the wrong strategy. You shouldn't really go on with the bigger puncher if you're not the bigger puncher. If you're the bigger puncher, what all says do. Go ahead and throw hands with each other. But last night, Benavidez showed that he was a harder puncher than you, a faster puncher than you, and a way stronger puncher than you. But yo, shout out to Plant. You really showed up. You stayed through. You fought all 12 rounds, even though some of them look suspect. And you did throw a few punches under the belt, which some slide, others they called you out on. Got to work on it. I feel after you fight Canelo, you should understand the opponent you face. I gave him my best and it didn't work. Now you want to even better your craft. So to the likes of Benavidez, I thought you were gonna become show a little top tier or so what you learned after that match with Canelo. But because Durrell surprised me, and I was hating on you during the Durrell fight. And you know who was in my ear making me hate on you during the Durrell fight? That guy right there.
It's all right. You can say your father. I'm sure.
Nah. He was hating on Fat Bad, and I was just like, yeah, and it was boom, this. But then when you knocked him out, I was like, I saw it. I saw it was the patience in your craft. It was like what you're not gonna feed into what the fighter gives you, but you're gonna set him up into it. So Benavidez, salute to you. You played well and you fought well, and it is what it is, yo. G, run it back.
Double up.
Double up.
G.
Double up on what?
Canelo Benavidez, yo.
Canelo Benavidez.
James Franklin Joshua.
You brought up Rico from Paid in Full and one of the most notorious double ups ever. See, I'm about to bring up Juice when Bishop was scared to rob Rodamez. Not Rodamez was scared to rob old man Quillis, right? Mm-hmm. And they were like, yo, we doing it. And not Bishop, what was it? Q was scared, and Bishop was like, "This scared." You know what I'm saying? That's what G is for the double up. Scared.
He's scared.
Yo, man.
To rob old man.
I got improvements to make, man. So you know what I'm
saying? You Q and that's and Ned's Bishop.
Hey,
no, but I want to start off by saying this. I was hard on Benavidez in the build up to this fight because he didn't make weight, lost his title on the scales, and there was a question as to how much boxing mattered to him. If you go back and you check the videos we recorded years ago, back when Benavidez was fighting Anthony Durrell, I was actually really high on David Benavidez. But then after that fight, what he was doing outside of the ring and not making weight, I started to question whether or not he was dedicated to the sport. And I will admit, when I saw him arrive for fight week, looking ripped, looking sharp, I was like, okay, this man has been in the lab and he's been putting in the work. And so I was like, all right, this just got real, because I had no question he was going to make weight, and I had no doubts that he was in the gym really putting in the work. Now, if that was the Benavidez that I'd been seeing for years, I have no question and no doubts he would have already been in position to fight Canelo, because he never would have lost his belt on the scale, 1, and 2, he probably would have had marquee victories like the one he got last night. What David Benavidez did last night was make a statement. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, but he didn't knock him out. Canelo did knock him out, or Canelo stopped him in the 11th. Here's what I know. I don't know the size of the ring for the Canelo fight, but I know he had an extra big ring against David Benavidez, and he used the entire ring against David Benavidez, probably to his demise later on in the fight when he ran out of gas because he was moving so much. I also know he had Kenny Bayless, and I like Kenny Bayless. I think Kenny Bayless is a solid ref. We'll get into that a little bit later in a later segment. However, his performance was questionable that night, and we'll just leave it at that. Perhaps if things were done differently, David Benavidez would have gotten the knockout. We'll never know, right? I scored at 115, 113, but I'll just pull out my scorecard real quick so I can explain my score. I gave the first 2 rounds to Plant, 3rd round to Benavidez. The next 2 rounds I gave to Plant. I gave the 6th round to Benavidez. I gave the 7th round to Plant, but that was a really close round. But I feel like there was like a clinch, and then after the clinch, Plant landed like a barrage of punches, like 3 or 4 punches that I think stole the round. So I gave the 7th to Plant. Round 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, all Benavidez. I gave all those rounds to Benavidez, which made it 115, 113 for David Benavidez. But the way in which David Benavidez won from round 8 to round 12, to me, was dominant and significant, because Caleb Plant is known for fading. If you look at how he wins the rounds, the early rounds, it's because he exerts so much energy. And the other fighter, just like Canelo, like Benavidez, they're just saying, I'm going to fight within myself. I'm going to fight my pace and wait for him to fade. To give you an example, it would be like if they were running a marathon and Benavidez knows his time, he knows his pace, and Plant knows his, but Plant's trying to start it faster than normal. Plant is trying to push the pace, and Benavidez is like, all right, I'll let him get the lead. I'll catch him when he starts to slow down, because I'm going to be going at this same pace the entire race. And I think that's what happens with Caleb Plant. He comes out, he looks good, he wins rounds, but then the tank empties, and then he gets hurt or he gets stopped. It's almost like the Amir Khan effect, but slightly different. You always knew Amir Khan could win rounds, but you always wondered when he was going to get hit with that shot that was going to put him to sleep. And with Caleb, it's always like, okay, he's banking rounds, but will he be able to sustain this movement and this attack for the full fight? And he wasn't able to do that. So with that being said, I think David Benavidez showed that he is the Mexican monster. He earned that name. He put on a great performance. He showed up in great shape. He showed how much he wants to fight. I hope that this is a sign of things to come. And I also want to point this out, because I think this was great by both gentlemen. They settled it in the ring. There was real bad blood, but after the fight, they let bygones be bygones. They both said some things to each other that some people may consider to be crossing the line, but I saw Benavidez's dad embrace Caleb. I saw Caleb embrace him. I saw Benavidez bury the hatchet. And this is what I like about Benavidez. This is him showing maturity compared to how he was in the beginning. This is him showing that he's ready to take that next leap, because it could have lingered in his mind, like G said. He won. He got the better of Caleb. He could bury Caleb. He could bash Caleb. He can trash Caleb. And he decided, that's not what I'm going to do. I won. I'm moving on. So there was a lot to like about David Benavidez. Salute to David Benavidez. We're going to move to the next question, which is about the fight. You know what fight I'm talking about. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you can listen to our podcast on all major streaming services. If you've been following us for a while, or you've been watching us for a while, but you haven't subscribed, why not? We're close to 15,000 subscribers, and somehow we'll gain 100 and lose like 50 overnight. I don't know if that's YouTube, or I don't know if that's us. Get in the comment section and let us know. We appreciate you. We're the Boxing Bros. Peace.